Hello to all my beautiful patrons and the people who could wait a year. I'm going to do the thumbnail right now because it's the D&D episode, and I would really like the 20 to be showing when I hold it up. So, ooh, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, great. Oh, what'd I get? 16, not bad. True story, when I got all the dice out, I took one out, I was like, there's the D20, rolled it, got a nat 1, and I was like, well, that bodes well for the Do It Like a D&D game episode of Fix My Car Cast, which I am about to improvise the whole damn thing right now. Little peek behind the curtain, I'm not as familiar with D&D as I am with Call of Cthulhu, so I'm going to be BSing a lot of stats. Please don't fact check this. But hey, only patrons and people who waited a year get to hear this. The rest of you, just dive on in. So you enter the tavern. And this is where the theme song goes. I'm being quiet because of the waveform. You love being told that every time. Had a listener tell me to not front load the show so much. But you know, she'll learn to love it. You're listening to Fix My Car Cast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 142. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert had something come up, so he'll have to join us next Sunday. But first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level and also get bonus episodes and behind the scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. Hello, weary traveler. Could I interest you in some wearable wares? Well, they have Fix My Car Cast on them. The logo, everything. That car cracked in half. You love to see it. Get it on your body. No new donors this week. The total raise for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $2,322. Also, when we get to $3,000, it unlocks an automatic show gimmick, which is I will record an episode at sea. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $10,000? Drop those hit points to 0. Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Unless somebody else changes it back. Want me to give you bardic inspiration? I'll do it! $50. Also, if you'd like to own the painting I made in episode 118, I'll be giving it away to the next person who donates $100 or more. That's right, own a piece of Fix My Car Cast history while you still can. If you'd like to see the painting before you buy it, it can be viewed in the raw video version of episode 118 over on Patreon. Link in the description. The painting is currently in the building because all my stuff is here now. That's as much as I can confirm. No new patrons this week, bummer. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is my 3 favorite stuffed animals when I was a kid. I still have all 3 of them, but I just moved, so I only know where 2 of them are right now. Want to know more? Donate today. No shade to that third stuffed animal, just, things ended up in random boxes, you know how it is. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most, and we've got us another singles night tie. Ties are broken by whichever city listened to the most episodes, and our big winner is Portland, Maine. Congratulations, Portland, Maine. Let it be known that your Pool of Radiance, Icewind Dale, and Baldur's Gate are the best in the world for 7 days. Last episode, I talked about Walther Fischer von Weikersthal while doing it like an auctioneer. You can see video of all the raw footage, plus a little extra, over on Patreon. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about spooky movies for kids. Also, that is the first and hopefully the last episode where I will talk about a Nazi. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: do it like Freddy Krueger, summon a god, record it in front of a 12-foot skeleton, and our returning gimmick, incorporate 25 video game titles. Let's review. Number 1, do it like Freddy Krueger. You know who Freddy Krueger is. I'll Krueger it up for that episode. We're going into spooky season. It's Krueger time, baby. Number 2, summon a god. 3 different gods have been mentioned in the theme song of this show. So, don't know which god it'll be. Probably one of those 3, though. Number 3, recorded in front of a 12-foot skeleton. Oh, yeah. Again, spooky season, 12-foot skeletons. They're all about, and I will record the episode in front of one. And our returning gimmick, number 4, incorporate 25 video game titles. Completely improvised. I will have to sneak the titles of 25 video games into the episode somehow, off the top of me dome. Remember that any gimmick that gets just a single vote is eligible for a second chance in 6 weeks. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, September 26th at noon Eastern America time. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is do it like a D&D game. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now, we are entering the gimmick zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. There's no sponsored topic for today's episode, so I'll take inspiration from a randomized Wikipedia page, which is Monte Carlo. All right, guys, really glad to see you all again. Dan, Allison, Hector, so glad you could come back. Yeah, let's get this campaign started. I'm really excited. I have what I think is a pretty exciting campaign for you here. This one is called The Forests of Carlo Monte. I think you're really going to enjoy this one, and I see you've all got your character sheets, so without further ado, let's get right into it. I hope you guys don't mind if I play some music from the Hell of Thrones soundtrack. I just feel like a lot of the moods in that are also going to kind of fit the moods for this. Yeah, we're going to get right into it. All right. The setting: a crowded tavern. There's noise everywhere. Tankards of mead and crusty breads and melted butter and some rosemary and herbs on some quite good spit roasted chicken. Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character? Okay, well, I've been working on this one for a while. So I am playing a wizard class, and he's got a big beard, he's got a big stick, and he's real grumpy. He's kind of ornery. He doesn't, his best wizarding days are behind him. But yeah, his name is Spelagius, the wizard, and he's sort of sitting at a table, drinking some grog, and kind of trying to ignore everyone around him. He's in a bit of a drunken stupor. Oh, okay, good. Let's roll for how drunk he is. Let me see. Roll me a d6. Oh, okay, sure thing. That's a 3. Okay, so he's 3 tankards deep. He's a little woozy. He's a little buzzy. All right, Allison, tell us about your character. Hi, my character is a tiefling named Munte, and she is brand new to the area, and she's also brand new to adventuring. She hasn't really seen a lot, and so she's excited to make her way out there in the world. And her parents are dead. Oh, okay, all right. That's some good backstory that will not come up later. All right, Hector, tell us about your character. Yeah, he's a bruiser. He's a brawler. I don't know what the class is, but he's just like really big and he punches stuff. Okay. Does he got a name? Roman. Okay, Roman he's a troll. Okay, so Roman the troll, Spelagius the magician, the wizard, and Munti, the tiefling, are all here in this tavern. Suddenly, there's a commotion. Everyone gets to their feet. This raiding party comes in, and they just immediately start beating up people by the door. What do you do? Spelagius, we're gonna go right into combat order. Combat order. What does Spelagius do? Let's see. He looks up from his drink. And he thinks, oh, I'm going to stay out of this. And he's actually going to cast invisibility on himself. Okay, invisibility. Roll me a d20. Let's see how that goes. That is a 9. And what have you got for modifiers? Oh, we add 3 to that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say on a 12. Yeah, you turn invisible pretty quickly. So no one can see you right now. Good strategy there. Okay, what does Munty do? What's Munty up to? Oh, well, Munty is a little scared, but she's also kind of reckless. So she just like rushes right into the situation. And so, how many people are there? Oh, there's like a taller guy. He's wearing a hood. You kind of can't really see his face. And he's surrounded by these 3 real rough and tumble guys. The rough and tumble guys, they appear to be human, but the guy with the hood you haven't really gotten a good look at. So you're gonna just run at them? I'm gonna run at them and attack. Okay, you're certainly free to do that. Sure, yeah. Okay, roll attack. I got a 19. 19. Yeah, I got a 19. Okay, that looks good. Any modifiers? Well, my battle skills are very high. It's a +1. Okay, so on a 20, are you aiming at the guy in the center? Yeah, I'm aiming at the guy in the center. Okay. Well, we'll see how he does. Okay. You actually managed to get a lucky shot. You kind of aim for his head, his hood, if you will, and your sword goes into his shoulder. And the thing is, he does not really react. He just reaches up, grabs the blade, and pulls it out without a word, and drops it. All right, Roman the troll, what do you do? Punch him. Okay, which one do you punch? Big one. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, roll attack. Ooh, all right. 10 out of 20. What do you have for attack? You have a +4 to brawl. Okay, 14. Yeah, so while he just after he drops the sword, you wallop him upside the head. And he does not lose balance or seem fazed by this at all. And he's going to retaliate now. And you notice that when he takes down the hood, there's nothing there. There is no face. There's no nothing. There's no one in the cloak. It seems as though an empty cloak just took its hood off. And so the three guys surrounding him, though, they're gonna start making attacks now. So one of them lunges directly. One of them lunges directly at Munty, and his name is Condamine, and he says, "I am Condamine, and I represent nothingness, the black-hearted." I shall kill you in his name. And he is going to make an attack on you, and that attack is really bad. He is going to land an attack, and he is going to do 1 point of damage. So I'm sorry, Monty, but you've already got -1 hit point. So drop that down. Now what do we're gonna bring it back around to oh no, sorry, the other two lackeys are gonna attack now. The other lackey is going to target Roman, and we'll see how that goes. Ooh, guess what? Critical failure. He's gonna lose his footing. He's actually gonna trip over the cloak of nothingness, the Blackhearted, and he's going to trip and fall, and he's actually going to fall on the sword that was just dropped. So he's actually going to take 1 point of damage from that. That's Monaco is the other one. And then the third guy, Fontvier, is going to see that happen, and is going to try to make an attack on Monty. So let's see how that goes. And he lunges at you, doesn't have a weapon, is just using fists, is just brawling, and 15, that's actually gonna hit pretty hard. What do you got for any countering? What do you want to do? Sorry, I have to do damage, and sorry, I'm pretty new to dungeon mastering. 6 points of damage, Monty. Yeah, that's you're dropping pretty fast. Yeah, so bring that down. Oh no! Oh, I'm really worried about Monty. Oh, it's her first adventure. I know. Okay, so we bring back around to the rest of you. Spelagues. What do? You are invisible. You are undetected by all of these people. What are you thinking of doing? I'm going to do Mage Hand, and I'm going to try to grab one of the lackeys and pull him over to where I am. Okay, yeah, roll for it. Okay, that is a success. All right, so you are going to pull him over to you, and is there anything you want to do as you pull him towards you? He's gonna ask him, just kind of say like, what's your business here? Okay, all right, well, he gets to defend. So as you you mage hand him over and you say, what's your business here? He's gonna try to wriggle out of that. And that is a 19. He is actually able to break free of that. Yeah, he did get away, but he's also kind of freaking out, because he doesn't know what just happened, because you're invisible and he got pulled across the room. So I'm gonna have him roll Constitution. I can't tell if that's a 7 or 1. That's a 7. So he's freaking out. He's a little squirrely about it. He's not running away, but he's definitely like, oh, shit's going down in this tavern. Okay, let's bring it back to the tiefling, and let's try to get some Monte Carlo shit in here. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the plot. I don't know why I started with combat. Maybe this wasn't a great idea, but just wanted to test all your skills. All right, tiefling, what you gonna do? You've taken some real damage. Do you want to retreat here? Yeah, I think I am gonna retreat. I think I'm gonna go to that's the climate information. That's the sports information. I think I'm gonna flee and try to go to the Opera de Monte Carlo. Okay, all right. Yes, this town does in fact have an opera. Weird that it's called Monte Carlo. Excuse me, I mean Carlo Monte. Soon all will be revealed about the nature of the game. Eventually. Okay, so you're gonna flee. So you're trying to run out of the tavern. Okay, coming back around to Roman the troll. Roman, what do? Gonna punch again. Okay, tell you what, why don't you describe how you're punching him? With my fist. Okay, Hector. All right, so you go to punch the guy in the middle with your fist. 11 plus your +4 modifier, so that's a 15. That's pretty successful. Now, when you punch, you do notice that there is mass under the cloak. As you're punching, you're like, okay, there is something physical under here, and I am doing damage. Let's see how much damage you do to Nothing the Blackhearted. 4 points of damage, which is not much for him, but I don't want to reveal anything, you guys. And so, but he takes note. He takes note of the damage. He kind of reacts as like, okay, I shouldn't mess with this one. Okay. The other, I'm gonna say, okay, we're gonna go around to the other attackers now. Those three guys, and we're gonna, oh man, you know, last week I needed a big article and I didn't get it. This week I get a huge article and nothing. Sorry, folks. I'm letting my personal life bleed into the game. I'm sorry. Okay, so Lacondamine got shook. Lacondamine got shook by the mage hand, and so he's freaking out. So he's actually. I'm gonna roll for. I'm gonna have him run. So he runs out, not successfully. Got a 2. So he's gonna trip on the cloak as well. This cloak's a real tripping hazard. So he's gonna trip on the cloak, and he's gonna fall, and he's gonna take 3 points of damage. And so up next, Monacoville. He's going to attack the tiefling, and nat 1. These guys really suck. So if I recall correctly, he's the one that fell on the sword. Back me up if that's not true. I mean, it's good we're not recording this, right? I mean, so I can just kind of say what happens, and you know, it's all up to your memories. It's not like anyone else will know I made a mistake, right? So okay, he's going to. So he's already hurt himself on the sword. So he's gonna get up. He's kind of bloody. I'm gonna have him roll at disadvantage. And ooh-wee, yeah, no. So he gets a 12. He is gonna land a successful attack on Munty. So let's see how much damage. Munty, that's another 2 points. Like, as you're running out of the tavern, like, he fails to chase you, but he throws the sword, and like he just gets like a little, like, just kind of clips you for those 2 extra points. So you're bleeding. You're kind of not doing well. Just so you know. And then Fontvier, the last of the lackeys, is going to make an attack on Roman. Let's see how he does. Middling attack, but it is successful, and he does. Oh, Roman, 5 points of damage for you. I got a thing on my sheet that says I don't get hurt. Like, at all? Like, is there a number attached to it? It's -4. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for telling me that. So yeah, with 5, that means you only take 1 point of damage. So at this point, you've got 1 running, 1 getting hurt. All right. Let's go back to Spelagues. What do you do? You're still invisible in the corner. So what are you gonna do? Well, at this point, Spelagues gets up and decides to take matters into his own hand. And he's going to do a spell that basically incites fear in everyone. Oh, okay, all right. So is this an aimed attack? Yes. Whenever I do this, I can target up to 6 people. And when I do it, if I'm successful, if I get a 15 or higher, then everyone runs in fear. And if I get a 20, I actually also do 1 hit point of damage. Okay, all right, we'll roll for that. That's pretty rad. Hell yeah. All right. 7. That is a fail. Okay, so, you know, you go to do that spell, and, like, you know, they're a little like, what was that? Because remember, they still can't see you. But yeah, I'm thinking that doesn't last very long. Also, your invisibility is going to wear off next turn. Just so you know, Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so back to Monty. Monty, what are you gonna do? You are outside the tavern now, so you're away from all this. You haven't even met any of the other characters. Yeah, that's kind of things are not off to a great start for us, but hopefully this is a bonding experience for all of us. Is there like a window that I can look in? Yeah, give me an intelligence check. Oh, okay. Let me see here. 17. Okay, so you notice that the remaining baddies are actually standing over a door. So you're no longer part of the combat, but you notice that they're standing over a door. So maybe there's something you can do with that. Oh, okay. I run back in to the tavern and I try to stab at the door. Okay, you're gonna stab at the door. Yeah, I try to stab the door. Okay, roll attack. Oh, not great. Just an 8. Okay. All right. So you kind of give the door a little stab and you scuff it up a little bit, but unfortunately you get their attention and they look down. Okay. Roman, what's your move, buddy? You gonna punch him? Yeah. Okay. You stopped talking. Oh, it went off the table, folks. Doesn't count. Got to do it again. Those are the rules. Went off the table. Doesn't count. All right, 10. Roman again, just a real solid, middling, mediocre punch, which I feel like is very good for your character. No, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Don't worry about it. So you're gonna punch again. You do this middling punch. It connects. You do a little damage. I'm gonna roll a d3 on this, and it's a 2. So you do 2 points of damage. Who are you punching? You never say who you're punching. You really got to say who you're punching. Middle guy. Okay. So 2 points of damage to middle guy. And all of a sudden, with a booming voice, he says, "Enough! I'm hiring all of you for a job." And you're like, "What? What? Didn't he come in here all attacking?" "I'm impressed with what I've seen, and I want you on my team. We're going to rob the casino at Carlo Monte." That's right. This whole campaign is a heist. We're doing a heist. And so Tiefling comes back in. Your invisibility cloak drops Spelagius. And so you run over and you're like, "What's with all the ruckus then?" And it's like, "Well, I need some people for this team because we are going to be stealing a painting." "Well, what's in it for us?" That is a great question, Spelagius. That is a great question. And he says, "Well, it's going to take quite a few people, and I have, well, some skilled men, but it seems like all of your skills could really come in handy for this. So you're going to help me take the most famous painting in the kingdom of Carlo Monte." And that painting is called, I had a painting on my, it's called Charles III of Monaco. And what we're going to do is we're going to steal it and we're going to replace it with another painting. Are you in? And we're going to leave it there for now, folks. I hope you had a great time. Now's a good time to go to the bathroom, and then we'll meet back here for the second half, we'll see what happens on this heisty quest. I hope you have a great time, and I'm really looking forward to this, guys. I think it's going to be a really successful campaign. What do you think, Hector, Allison, Dan? Yeah, woo! All right, team. This is a great way to spend a Sunday. One more thing. We're gonna have to do skill ups. And as always, let's roll. Wow. I learned way too fast that combat scenes take up more time than I remember. Holy shit. Damn. I could have made an hour-long episode. I don't have the time for that production-wise. Sorry if I didn't get enough Monte Carlo facts in. Whenever I get a place at random, it's always got like 2 factoids. But I forgot that, like, you know, Monte Carlo, a very bustling place, and I incorporated almost no information about it. Boy, there's a lot of Bond film stuff in here. So at the very least, I got the casino in there, and a famous painting of Charles III, who exists in this D&D world for some reason. Anyway, fun times, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me for this. And if you are a massive D&D fan, let me know everything I got wrong, because I don't know shit about Dick when it comes to D&D. I've watched some D&D shows, but I'm more of a Call of Cthulhu player, so I know that mechanic. It was really hard to retrain my brain because the numbers are opposite in Call of Cthulhu. A 1 is the best thing and a 100 is the worst thing, if I'm even remembering that right now. So anyway, that was fun. Also, this is a very sweaty top that for some reason I thought this was the most dungeon mastery thing I owned. I don't know. It's kind of cloaky, but I don't know how many hobbits wear crushed velvet. Anyway, see you later. Bye. From the Magic Tavern. I did not do enough voices in that one.